What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another video here at the TGRDC show. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content. Guys, this is your pre-game prediction video here coming up for Week 9 for the Dallas Cowboys versus the Denver Broncos. The Dallas Cowboys are 6-1 and the Denver Broncos are 4-4, and we're going to break down 3 reasons why I think the Dallas Cowboys advance to 7-1. First thing we should talk about, just like the Patriots, same thing here with the Broncos. We have not beat them since the 90s. Specifically, we have not beat them since 1995. That's crazy. That's actually something I did not know. I actually had to look it up to see exactly if that was true. I mean, we're going back to the days of Jake Plummer, Jay Cutler. For the life of me, I can't even think of who we played last time when we went down there in Denver. I mean, Peyton Manning. You're talking about all these guys and we never beat them. That's just insane. And just in the same way how we didn't beat the Patriots since 96 and how we did beat them, I'm feeling the same way today, how we're going to beat the Broncos and end this. And I think that's just going to be our year, guys. I think we beat the Patriots for the first time since 96. We're going to beat the Broncos for the first time since 95. And just maybe we may win the Super Bowl for the first time since 95. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about injuries because there's a few things that we got to talk about since the weekly update video. Blake Jarwin, the tight end that we thought was going to be the next big thing. Well, at least maybe I did. I thought he was going to be the next big thing. I thought he was going to be a Kelsey type. We were talking about this on Instagram, by the way. Follow me on Instagram. But he's going to be put on IR, has a hip injury. At least 3 weeks he's going to be out, but no worries. We got the man, the mustache, Dalton Schultz. I love Dalton Schultz, so he's going to be just fine. I think we're going to be fine in that area as well. Gallup will actually not be playing. Michael Gallup, our wide receiver, who has been injured since week 1. Talk about a sprain that has taken you out, man. That's 6 weeks. 7 weeks if you include the bye. That's insane. Anyways, he's not going to be coming back, which is no worries. No worries. We talked about that wide receiver depth. Speaking of wide receiver depth, all of y'all need to stop talking about Odell Beckham Jr. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And lastly, Tyron Smith is out for the game. I'm totally cool with that because we got Terrence Steele moving up to the left tackle, and we got Lyle Collins coming back. He's going to be at the right tackle. And we got so much depth there as well. So I'm not too worried about that, especially with a team like this. The Denver Broncos, as you may have not known, started the season very well, right? They were one of those surprise teams. Everyone's like, okay, are they fakers or are they makers? Anyways, and it turns out they actually weren't as good as they were, which, I mean, that just tends to happen. But here we go. 3 reasons why I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to go back home and win this game. Number 1, you already know, Dak is back. He is back, yes. He is back after his injury sustained against the Minnesota Vikings. Personally, I think you can play around with the fact, and we talked about this in the weekly update. Personally, I think you could play around with the idea of not playing Dak Prescott. If he's not 100, if that was the case last week, you could play around with that idea, but he said, I'm safe to go, I'm ready to go, so be it. But like I said, I'm going to expect a big game from Dak Prescott for this one reason. Denver coaches came out and said, we're going to do everything we can to shut down the run. And we're just going to take our chances with Dak. Can I just say something? I know this is the TGRDC show. TGR, if you didn't know, it stands for Tony Goat Romo. As you can't tell, Romo around this room with the little preview of Dak Prescott right there. I was never the biggest Dak Prescott supporter, and like he cares at all or not, but he won me over. I became a huge Dak Prescott fan. And I'll say this. You can say that, and I could probably agree with you. Back in 2018, 2017. I'll be like, that's actually true. If you can shut down Zeke, Dak's really not the guy. He's a game manager. He's not really going to take us and win the game. But guys, we're talking about 2021 Dak Prescott. We're talking about 2022 Dak Prescott. We're talking about the new version of Dak Prescott who is MVP Dak. He's no longer Offensive Rookie of the Year Dak. We're talking about MVP Dak. I would want to take my chances with the run rather than Dak Prescott, if you know what I'm saying. And because of that reason, I know he heard it. I know you heard that snippet from interviews, Dak Prescott, and I know you're taking it personally, and he's going to go off. I'm going to go out here with the big prediction. I'm predicting a 5-touchdown game from Dak Prescott. We have never seen that. He got close against Carolina, but I think we may just see it this game. With that being said, I think their defense is very sneaky. You got to be wary of the Denver Broncos here. They got a strong secondary here. Obviously, they have Patrick Surtain, someone that we really wanted, but our GM and our coaches went for Micah Parsons, and there's no arguments there. But I'm suspecting maybe a little bit of struggle, a little bit of rust. I'm suspecting they're probably going to get one pick from Dak. One pick, maybe a fumble recovery, maybe a fumble, strip sack, something like that. One or the other. Not two, but one or the other. But we're going to be just fine. And I here's my thing. I think it's going to be a lot like the Carolina Panthers game. I think there's going to be a lot of competition in the first half. A lot of things going on. Denver Broncos is going to think, try to make you think, hey, this, they're probably going to bounce back. No. Adjustments are going to happen by the coaches from Dan Quinn, Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, and they're going to take off this game, and we just may have another 40-burger. Reason number 2 here. The Broncos traded Von Miller. I don't understand that move. You're 4-4, so technically you're still in that race, especially with your division, even though their division is pretty tough. You're still in the race there. And so why would you trade? And I'm not aware of their financial situation in terms of what, if there's reasoning behind that. But they traded for picks. So they're looking towards the future. I don't know what their management is doing and what they're thinking about. And I'm not a Broncos fan, obviously. But it just shows that they're looking more towards next season than this actual season. Is that crazy to say? How does the locker room respond to that? How did the Denver Broncos themselves respond to that trade? If you have Von Miller on there, I'm sweating a little bit knowing that Tyron Smith is not on that side, nor and I'm worried about offensive line, but I'm just wondering. I'm thinking outside of the box. You guys traded Von Miller. Do you really think you're going to compete this season now? I know you guys got young guys, and obviously they traded for the picks to develop the young talent that they want to draft. But anyways, that's the second reason. I think Broncos, I think it's safe to assume they probably think their year is done, which is absolutely ridiculous to say because they're 4-4. They're right in it. Anyways, reason number 3, it's the biggest reason. We are home. I've not been able to say this in a very, very long time, like maybe Texas Stadium long, but we are finally a home team. Goodness gracious, you see this team at home? They are dominant. Look at this. Against the Eagles Monday night, 41-21. Against the Panthers, 36-28. We all know that game was a lot further, a lot more of a blowout than the score says. And then the Giants, 44-20. Those are all NFC teams. We haven't seen an AFC team at home yet, but I don't think it makes a difference. I know their defense is pretty sneaky, but I just don't see it, guys. I'm predicting another 40-burger here. I'm predicting maybe in the 40s here, and I think the Broncos have already scored 2 touchdowns, maybe 3 touchdowns. But I'm going to stick with my prediction, my hot take. Dak Prescott throws 5 touchdowns, and we see it for the first time. Wouldn't that be something with the red stripe and everything? Anyways, guys, that's it. I think the Dallas Cowboys go 7-1. And they finally beat the Broncos since 1995. I will be genuinely surprised if we find a way to lose this game. If we lose this game, it's because we lost it. It's not because the Broncos beat us. If we lose it, we lost it by ourselves. But I don't think that's going to be a thing. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, I see you guys subscribing, and we're just growing the channel. I love that you're following me on Twitter. We have over 1,000 followers on Twitter. We have over 100 followers on Instagram, and we're building up the YouTube channel. So I just want to say from me to you, thank you so much for subscribing. Be sure to hit the like button and tell everyone. Share it with friends, more Dallas Cowboy fans, and let's grow this nation we have here at the TGRDC show. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. Go Cowboys. I'll see you after the game.